Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Alright guys, today we are going to be talking about, obviously as you could, I love how I introduce the video and I'm like, y'all seen the thumbnail, y'all seen the title, y'all know what you're getting into. But I guess it's just movie video etiquette to just be like, this is what we're doing today. We are going to be talking about products I hate from brands that I technically love or have a very good experience / rapport with. I suppose this is sort of a products I regret buying or whatever. It's just a video idea that I wanted to do because, you know, you gotta keep getting the videos out. And it also kind of just goes to show that just because you love a brand or you've had really good experiences with a brand for an extended period of time doesn't mean you're gonna love everything or that everything is good. So we are going to start off with a brand that you all know what we're doing with her, Miss Kat Von D. We'll actually just kind of talk about two things. The one that I don't have it anymore is her Vegan Love palette. If you haven't seen my review, if I have reviews on any of these things, we'll leave them linked down below. But that review it was so sad. I did have some great feedback from you guys, from some of you guys that, you know, enjoyed the palette and stuff like that. But for me and my expectations and what I was hoping it to be, and from experiencing her formulas from the past, it was just very, very underwhelming. And the next thing that you'll probably, you know, I mentioned Kat Von D and you're all, I know y'all like, I know what she's talking about. And that's the Kat Von D Fetish palette. And the reason that I still have this is simply because I got it off the Kat Von D site. Or did I get it on Sephora? I don't know. All I know is that I still have this. I look at it and I'm like, I wish I could use you every once in a while. I'm like, maybe I should pull it out. But do I really feel like having that headache today? I mean, this little corner section over here is nice, but if I want this little corner section, I'm like, I've got Modern Renaissance, Jeffree Star Blood Sugar, Lime Crime, Venus XL. Honestly, even just other Kat Von D palettes. So I'm just like, why do you suck? It's just something that gives me absolutely no pleasure. It just sits there being big and bulky, and beautifully packaged, and that's about all it brings to me. Let's talk about some complexion products. Now, this is a brand that I don't necessarily love, but it has to be in here because it is a brand that there are products from them that I do really enjoy. Blushes, highlighters, an eyeliner. I think it's the Man Eater. So good. But Tarte's foundation, I have not found one from them that I love. I should probably try their Rainforest of the Sea one, all that hydration. But this is the Shape Tape foundation and also the Face Tape foundation, which was returned. I don't have it no more. Both of these just don't work for me. And this is a worse whatever than the Face Tape one, because the Face Tape one, I feel like for someone with a different complexion than me, someone with oily or normal skin would probably really enjoy it, whereas I have dry skin and so I need a more hydrating, you see that water drop, I need a hydrating for foundation. And so you think this one would be great. No, I have a dry patch right here and sometimes here, but that is my main whatever. This did nothing for my complexion on a whole, and it did even worse for right here. This was just absolutely horrible. It was from the 21 Days of Beauty. I was just like, I will give it a go. And it just wasn't, no. Just the foundations I've tried from Tarte have just been a no-go. Then another foundation. Feel like when I started my channel, I feel like the brands that I was so committed to and I loved so much Too Faced, Kat Von D, Urban Decay, you know, those were like my staple brands. Just more and more things have just kind of been not so much. But this is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. I've talked crap about this a lot. It's just not something that I get along with. I mean, I'm finding just that a lot of foundations that literally say in their like description, matte, just don't jive with me. I understand that I have dry skin, but sometimes, you know, you want to have that more like matte and soft diffused look going on your complexion, and this just did not deliver it to me. It's like no matter what I did, it wouldn't adhere to my face. I tried it with, you know, different primers. The primer, you know, the Peach Perfect primer. And just none of them really seemed to make this foundation go on really nicely. And then you'd like, it was kind of coverage, whatever. And I'd go on and be like, okay, well, let's do another layer. And all that would do is just take away the layer that I'd already put on. So this was just a big no for me. Then one more foundation. If my full face of Fenty Beauty is up, I will leave that link down below, and you guys, you know what is happening. The Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation. Now, I went into this knowing that it is a matte, it is a whatever, once again, matte. And I had heard that it was not the most forgiving on complexions of my sort, but I tried it. I tried it with their primer, the Pro Filter Primer. I tried it with hydrating primer, and it was, I'm sure for other people it's great, but for me, it was the worst foundation I have ever tried on my face. Worse than this. It was awful. My complexion had honestly never looked that bad. Any line, anything. If it was not smooth like glass, it was like, here it is. It was just so dry and just, oh, it was like I could not even finish applying it in that video because it just, you know, I'd put some on, you know, and I would like, you know, you dab in places and then you go in to blend out. If you didn't immediately go to blend it out, it would be dry and would not budge, would not blend. There's so many things from Fenty that I really enjoy, but that was just, oh, it was horrible. Alright, then let's go into another brand that I do absolutely love, and that is Wet n Wild. These are their relatively new Mega Last liquid cat suits, but they are the high shine ones. So essentially it's a liquid lipstick, but it's not a matte liquid lipstick. And I was like, okay, alright, let's try this out. These are essentially a cheaper version of the Too Faced Latex High Shine liquid lipsticks, but a little worse if that could be possible, at least when worn alone. If you do not, like, if you can put these over another lipstick or use a lip liner, but if you put these on by themselves, they will feather, they will bleed, they will creep into the nice little crepey lines around your lips. They're fairly pigmented, a little streaky, but like I said, you gotta do the prep work. You gotta have lipstick, normal lipstick on, or you gotta have a lip liner, or else these are just gonna go everywhere around in this area, and that is not a formula that I can get down with. I did not like how these looked on my lippies. And Urban Decay. This is their Space Powder, shimmering powder for face and body, which came out with their like Elements palette, whatever. And I'm glad this just came in like a mini. They only offered it in a mini size because their normal like ones like this are freaking huge. And this is just a really dry, effervescent, fairy fart of glitter that doesn't stay. I mean, if any of y'all had any kind of makeup growing up as a kid that you would get in those kits from like Walmart and the dollar store, this is essentially that. You put it on your face and it looks good for about 3 seconds before it just dissipates off into the atmosphere. And you guys know that is not what I am about when it comes to a highlighter. Even when I used like setting spray, I'd pick it up on a brush and spritz the brush. That didn't work. And then I'd do the thing where I'd like lay it down and then I'd, you know, spritz my face with a setting spray. And it would look good for a few seconds, and then I'd come back and be like, well, she's left the building. So this was just a no-go for me. Then some more highlighters, which this is something that I'm so glad I didn't pay full price for. These I found at Marshall's. These are the Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Glows. Now this one here in bronzed obviously isn't going to be like a highlighter on me. It was something that I was like, well, maybe I could mix it into a foundation to kind of give me a little bit more color and some illumination. No. I don't know what it is, but if maybe I have a bad one since I got it at Marshall's, but this did not want to mix in with foundations. It wanted to be chunky and gnarly and just not mix in nicely. And then as my foundation, like, you know, set down and the liquidiness kind of toned down, it was just, there was just glitter everywhere. And I'm like, I would look in the mirror, you know, and be like, I don't remember using glitter. I was like, I bet you it's that nice little highlighter I put in for a touch of illumination. And this one here is Peach Fizz, and this one here is Oyster, which, you know, that is much more accommodating for my skin color. And these are just kind of okay. I mean, for the price, these things are like $20-something. And when you've got such great formulas like the Becca Shimmery Skin Perfector Liquid, or you've got, you know, lower end price ones that are really good, these are just hideously underwhelming. They don't work well mixed in with the foundation. They're okay on the cheekbones, and they're just not something that I reach for. And last but not least, we'll sort of talk in conjunction together. 2 palettes. Yep. There is a small amount of respect for this palette because this palette right here was my first video to ever hit 1K views. So I thank you for your service to my channel. But in all honesty, you trash. The Too Faced White Peach, I've talked trash about this so many times. Not an amazing selection of mattes. They're powdery, blend out into nothing, and the shimmers are a hideous chunky mess. And sort of less of a defender is the Lime Crime Venus XL2. This is something I can work with. I've used some of the shades in other looks. All in all, I absolutely hate the matte to shimmer ratio. You get like 1, 2, 3, I think 4 mattes, and that's just not cutting it for me with a palette of this size. If the shimmer formula were a formula that was conducive to layering and really good pigmentation, I wouldn't have any problems, but it's just not. The packaging is absolutely stunning, and I really love a lot of other products from Lime Crime. Their velveteen, their lip velvets are pretty good. I want to try their blushes. Their highlighters are bomb. The original Venus XL and other eyeshadow formulas they have are great. This one just really fell short for me. But that is that. That is all the whining and complaining I'm going to be doing in this video. Obviously, it's all personal preference. Let me know while being nice. Can we just be nice? In the comments down below what you feel about the products I have talked about, and let me know something, a brand that you really love that released a product that just wasn't your jam. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and as always, keep it real. Mwah!